It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with the grand reveal of a beautiful garden in Pacific Beach. We originally installed this garden back in 2000, let's see, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 17. And some of you may remember it, but we made some changes this year. We added this beautiful fountain, or I should say Greg did. It's stunning. And then Hannah and Miguel did a little dry stack up behind it, which is also gorgeous. Anytime you can add elevation to your garden, do it. We restaged beautiful Buddha there, and this is what they see. This is their view outside of their bedroom window. So it's really, really extraordinary. You know, we can't take all the credit for this garden either, because our clients installed the steel planters, and all of these incredible spheres all over the garden belong to our client's mother. These used to float on a giant koi pond, and now they grace her garden. It's exceptional. You may also remember that there was black basalt rock all through here, and it just was too hot. The detritus showed too much. They wanted to change. So we took all of that up and put down bird's eye brown. This is a 3/8 inch pebble. And it's very expensive rock, but in a specimen garden like this has become, I recommend it, because you will always see the rock. We aren't going to clutter this up with a lot of plant material. We just want to really encourage specimen plants in this garden. Hannah's walking on a brand new flagstone pathway too. We installed more flagstone because it had ended right here, and it seems so odd to me. So we ran it all the way around, so now it connects everywhere you go. We had a big tapestry right here of very small plants. And remember, these folks also have a couple of terriers that just tore it up. So what I did was I staged an aloe dichotoma in this blue pot, a little aloe ramosissima right over here. The most beautiful Cameronii cutting is stuck right here. A little Cynthia Giddy, some agavoides. In other words, I dialed it and edited, right? I edited it way down so it's more specimen, less real tapestry. And again, we have elevated and exposed the beautiful bird's eye brown rock. We also brought in another basket and a half of Baja Cresta rubble. And boy, does this bird's eye brown play beautifully off of the rubble. We took a huge amount of the pachypodium off. There was a giant additional branch that we severed real low. You can't even really tell. And now the plant is much more balanced in this small garden. It looks amazing. And this Pacific Beach location, you know, we have western breezes and mild climates year-round, so we really can grow just about anything. I added a number of new mangaves, new collection, into this garden this year. Over here we have a Satsuma mandarin and another steel planter. We've got an additional steel planter with another citrus tree down at the corner. I'll show you that here. Down these little steps. We got the gabion wall, which is really, really cool. I love this. We did not do this. They had this done. And here's another, you know, cute little planter with a beautiful little citrus tree in it. And we put in a Ferox tangerine. She wanted an aloe Ferox, so I thought I'd get her one and put it in a pot to keep it contained. Yeah, and speaking of pots, we blew out her cactus collection and added a lot of really cool new low profile, mostly like Nodo cactus, mammillaria. We got a couple of different types of barrels. We've got a glauca and a fish hook. We've got a booby cactus. Some, you know, just really cute special things over there for her. That's a very, very hot corner of the garden. All right, this tree, this hot mess, is going to be cut way back. So that's exciting because it's already, look at the leaves, it's already dropped on the DG. Uh, this is going to blow your mind, guys. Because things grow so prolifically here in Pacific Beach, over the 7 years that she has been working in this garden we installed, she has meticulously, lovingly, and painstakingly just cut and snipped and propagated so many plants. And I mean, look at this. This is the east slope. This used to be all in some sort of ground cover. I think it was pickleweed. Then she tried some, I think she tried some attenuatas in here, and it just, nothing really looked good or nothing really worked. So she decided that she was just going to put stuff in here. Well, we took a lot of stuff out, a lot of, just random whatnots, and added a lot more rubble. Again, those terriers, those Lakeland terriers, will run down through here. And, just to make this look finished, we got a little staple here, we added rubble. And what the rubble does is it gives the eye a little somewhere to rest and breaks it up. So it's not, it's not so much to look at. This incredible dickia was over in the back garden, right under a citrus tree, and it was constantly getting dumped on with leaves. So, here we are with it in the slope. It looks so nice here. And check out this aloe arborescens. This is a bush aloe, and I don't love it as a bush aloe, but as a single specimen, isn't it stunning? So I told her my goal moving forward is to continue to edit through here and add more larger plants. I'm working in more specimens as opposed to so much filler. But, and it's not that it's not beautiful, it is. I mean, the filler's fantastic, but the maintenance on it is a lot. She spends way too much time out here. And while I got you, Hannah, you can also take a look at the wall. All of those staghorns, aren't they fantastic? I can take no credit for those. Those were here. They did, the clients did that. And all the Sansevieria, Gasteria, Hesperaloe, Bromeliad, Gordon actually helped us out. Most all of the stuff that you see there was in the ground. And we pulled in a bunch of the clients' pots that were just kind of scattered around or weren't really being utilized. And we potted up all of the Sansevieria by variety and then planted some bromeliads in the ground. And this just looks so good. Wow, just gorgeous. All right, and then moving around, you kind of get a sense of, it's a lot to take in, I know. There's so much to see here. This is an insanely beautiful garden.
I'm gonna turn around this way real quick and just show you.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Show them that perspective. Just magnificent. We also added a Dracaena Draco right here in the corner. This is so exciting to me. She didn't have one, so this is going to grow up to be really, really stunning. And here's another gabion wall. They recently had a handyman come in and mortar all of the rubble because, again, the dogs were just knocking it all down. They were knocking all the rock down. It was running onto the sidewalk. So we just installed a gray decomposed granite here in the cactus garden and did decomposed granite in this pathway. It's just going to be a lot cleaner and easier to maintain.
Before we put these barrels in, what was here?
Oh my goodness. This was all that arborescens that I just showed you, the single specimen of over on the other side. It was full of arborescens, and that grew and took off, and it was just overwhelming. So all of those came out. Barrel cactuses went in about 2 years ago. I think that you guys will definitely remember this front. We left this in the black basalt. The dogs don't really create any issues in here. Look at this Gwengolia, this creme brulee agave. Isn't this stunning? It doesn't have a mark on it. It's the prettiest specimen I've ever seen. So stinking pretty. We've got, 2 beautiful alobanzii trees in here. She's got a nice king palm. Look at this Standardickia. Just wow. And remember when I was obsessed with planting Pachypodium and barrel cactus together? Here it is, 7 years later, still looks terrific. Check out this mangave. Do you remember where you got this, Christine? Walter Anderson's. This one, I don't know what the variety is, and if you know, please tell us in the comments. But it's a little on the pokey side. It's more agave than mangave in terms of its structure. Yeah, there's like needles on the edges. But check out the color. I'm obsessed. I'm really curious to see how big that gets. And check out the praying hands. You know me and the praying hands. It's one of my favorite mangaves, and I have a couple tiny babies, but Christine's got a really nice size one. Oh yes, and her wreath. This Christine did herself. This is a crassula wreath that she put on this table. It's just so beautiful. And then over here, there was again a lot of stuff in the ground, which we took everything out of the ground, just isolated the pots. Again, left the black basalt rock in here, and this just looks a lot cleaner and a lot tidier. And I showed you the other day, we redid this tapestry to make it a little more dog friendly. We took out a lot of the soft stuff and just added tougher leaved elements that hopefully will withstand a little bit of traffic. So yeah, that's the garden. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope you're all having a phenomenal holiday season. I know that we sure are. And I look forward to taking you on more adventures in the very near future. For Team DFS, this is Laura Eubanks in Pacific Beach with a little grand reveal. Bye, guys.